And as a result of that, I managed to spill my newly poured tea, which is kind of annoying. Oh well. No damage done except for my valuable tea reserves. Anyway, so Peru took 3 states, Chile was next, and they took 50,000 equipment. We have got the Taming the Jungle focus. I think we're just going to go and grab the last one. The vast dry lands, the weary villages, the small towns, the scorching sun, a reminder of another time, when Brazil was almost autonomous with progress. Time will wash away these images after the trains start their routes. Okay, so Peru is going to have to be the one that we need to start a fabrication against. They're already getting ready for a war against Ecuador. We're going to have a rival here. This is interesting. Alright, so we're going to start justifying a war goal on you. For Santiago, because that's what I wanted previously, but we are still going to plan for a fight against them. So, you guys, let's cancel your current plans and say that you are planning on this, and we're going to take their new Chilean territories away from them, like so. So you can continue getting your preparation done. Meanwhile, these guys are going to get ready for an assault on La Paz. What I might actually want to do is spread you guys out more. I think I will. Whoa, what's going on there? Want to get the surround in. We're still going to hit from the south, but at least then we have a little bit more coverage. And we can use our superior numbers. Now, these tanks are still under production. I think we can start training a couple more infantry units. We'll do that. Because the tanks aren't going to be useful in the wars against Peru and Bolivia. It's just too mountainous. Against Venezuela, Colombia and Ecuador, maybe a bit better, but they're going to be more and more useful as we push further north. Right, we have 3 factories. What do we want them to do? I would say more artillery for support artillery. Whoops. We'll do something along those lines. Cool. We could also do with importing a little bit more steel. Germany. See, I'm helping you. I'm giving you factories. Us imperialists must stick together. Oh no, it looks like the French are pushing back again. That's unfortunate. Right. That's annoying that we lost the CB. But we are getting another one. Not until November, though. We're going to be picking quite a few fights here in the south, but I think we can manage it. How many troops do you have? 13, probably. You have 7. We have 37. Yeah, we're fine. We are absolutely fine. I'm kind of surprised my national unity is that low. So once we have done this, that's all of the industrial stuff finished. We could begin on the land reform, which gives more factory output, which is quite nice. And I don't think we can get these because we are not communist. We can, however, get that. I think, right? National populist, yes we can. Okay. What do these actually lead to? That I don't know. Loss of political power, there's some national unity. Some factories. Conference with the northeastern governors. Or we could start some of the doctrinal things, which we don't really need. Electronics, this is all research stuff. Which would be nice, don't get me wrong. Oh, that's another research slot. That would be nice. So we could start working towards this. Especially as that does give research towards armour and motorised items, which is what we were planning on doing. This is more navy, so that's more, yeah, naval yards, which would be good too. No, I think we're going to go down the land reform so that our factories become more effective. Or we could also do this, war reparations from Argentina. Uruguay state is now a core by the Empire of Brazil. We annex Uruguay. Does Uruguay still exist? Uruguay doesn't exist. We've already got it. So, kind of pointless. Anyway, this was a military thing, so we're going to grab this one, which gives us more motorized infantry organization. Yes, that's going to be super helpful. And allows blitz. Cool. Okay, onwards. Onwards. Are you done? Come on, you must be done by now. You're done. Huzzah. Let's add you to this army. And you can join those plans. Magnificent. Okay. Oh, right, the cavalry unit doesn't have a job. You can be upgraded into tanks, which is going to take a bunch of training for you, but that's fine. Marvellous. And now we can actually rename you and give you a proper colour. And we'll change your colour to pink, so you stand out a little bit more. Okay, cool. What are we short? Oil? Wow, that's a lot of steel we're short on. I'm going to assume that, yeah, Germany's just lost their ports. Okay, I am glad I was keeping an eye on that. I guess we want to continue buying from Russia. Yeah, they've just lost their... yeah. Ports are gone. They lost Danzig. The French are definitely pushing back. It looks like you've got a fairly major cut-off there as well, which is not good. It would be great if you could take Leipzig or Dresden back. Looks like you are launching an assault on Dresden. Not a particularly effective one, but an assault nevertheless. Alright, this wasn't until September, was it? Oh, man. And this is where I am not going to complain about anything. Not going to happen. It looks like the United States is on their final legs, which would be interesting if the United States capitulates before the American Union state. It's going to be really dangerous for the world if the Combined Syndicates of America join the Internationale, because they are going to be strong. And that's bad for me, because I'd like to eventually take over America. In fact, you are also socialist. The entire world is going socialist. At least you guys are national populists along with us. There's going to be Brazil and Russia versus France, Britain, the United States, Mexico. It looks like the Entente will be on our side, though. Although a combined United Syndicalist of America offensive against the Commonwealth of Canada, I can't see Canada surviving for very long, even with French Republican support. Something we'll need to keep an eye on, regardless. Okay, we're only slightly low on tanks, that is fine. All of you guys are still in training. So are you. As are you lot. Okay, so that's the last of the infrastructure, and then the last of the military factories, and then we're back onto infrastructure to get those to a reasonable point where we can start building factories again. Okie dokie. And by the way, it seems to be... maybe getting infrastructure now isn't a great idea. We should just go straight for infrastructure. Because while you have this penalty to the construction speed, the -30, it is better to get infrastructure and then upgrade later. Dominion of India declared war on Princely Federation. However, with this, that penalty is mostly gone. At which point it might actually become more worthwhile to get just straight military factories. Well, it will help with the movement of supply, though moving supply into the south and along the coast isn't going to be great. No, we'll keep with the minimum infrastructure. We'll keep it at 8 everywhere. Hopefully it won't take too long to build. So it does cost 3,000. Not sure. Not sure. How's the war here? Oh yeah, they're definitely getting pushed back now. Disappointed! Looks like Denmark never fell to the Entente either. Aha! Light Cruiser 2. Magnificent. Okay, with that, I think we should start working on the Heavy Cruiser 2. Although, no, we should get the Light Cruiser 3, and then we can start getting some of those. And we're going to make you the last construction of that, and then we're going to switch to light cruisers for the main armada. And that'll do. Excellent. So how many factories are we currently using? 10. How many are we gaining from exports? 9. So now it would actually be better to be closed economy, because no one seems to be buying from us. Yeah, United States I think are basically as good as dead. They've lost most of their fact. No, they still have a number. Probably all in Texas. You still have a surprising number of factories, actually, to be fair. And still a pretty big army. If you can take out the American Union state, you may stand a chance still. Where are all the factories, I wonder? 14 there. 10. 12. Mississippi has quite a few. Alabama has quite a few. Peru has declared war on Ecuador. Well, that means that Peru is going to be looking north. Popularity is rising! At this point, I think we're going to get it once more, and then after that we don't need it anymore. Plus, we can now grab enact land reform to get the 3% more factory output. Our country is in dire need of land reform, lest its regressive barons keep Brazil under their rule and its people remain in poverty. Which is going to mean that this stuff will fall super quick, hopefully. Right. How long? June, July, September, 3 months. Unfulfilled import requests, from whom the American Union state has apparently died. In that case, let's start buying from the United States. That's too much. We just won the one. That will do. Steel, we now have no surplus. We're about to get our next military factory, which should be applied to what? Let's keep those tanks rolling in, because we do want to increase the number of tanks we have relative to the amount of motorized, just to give us a bit more of that iron fist. Although at some point we will need to switch out the light tanks for mediums, although we're currently getting light tank 3s. How's the manpower looking? Service by requirement, service by requirement. And that is the second to last? No, all adult servers next. I mean, it's a pretty big jump. 5% to 10%, then 10% to 20%, then 20 to 25%. So these three are big. But it does also come with factory output reductions, training time reduction, construction time reduction. Estimated enemy strength compared to the army. I thought that used to be industry comparison. Or was that the industrial part? It was the industrial. Okay, cool. That makes more sense. Now, can we please get this war going? And June? 2 months to go. Well, it's still kind of more like 3 because it's the end of the month. Oh. Let's watch the collapse of the USA. There we go. The syndicates have taken the rest of the coast. And the last little holdout of the Union State is about to go to the United States. And actually at that point they can shift a bunch of their troops to hopefully go and face down the syndicates. And there's a big border between them, although at this point I would say the syndicates outnumber them. And they definitely have more industrial power. They've become totalist. Huh. So surely that would be the combined totalists of America now. They're probably still organised in syndicates though. Tiny bit of an iron and steel deficit, but that is okay. At least the main production elements are still running. We're getting a nice little surplus of infantry equipment again. Getting artillery in now as well. We have a fair amount of tungsten. We're going to get even more. So once we have the level 3 light tank, we probably want to get the level 3 SPG as well. And then we can start rolling some of those out to increase the amount of soft attack that those divisions have. Meanwhile, our naval production is still pretty slow. Production speed reduced by, oh, it's only 8%. It's not too bad. And these efficiencies are still climbing. Cool. The Italian Federation could actually help there. You're getting a war goal against Austria. Oh, if Italy joins against Austria, then that's goodbye Austria and Germany, I think. Italy could well be the kingmaker here. Although this is getting smaller and smaller. Poland, whose side are you on? You're on the German side. So this isn't a cut-off. They can still go through Poland. Although some of the miners are starting to fall. Russia, what are you doing at the moment? Unknown focus. Can't tell. Because Russia is another question mark. If they decide to declare war on the communists. What about the Netherlands? What are you doing? Unknown. Egypt's going after Tripolitania. Dominion of India is fighting the Princely Federation. Who is... Oh, you're just assisting Denmark, okay. It looks like the Dominion of India will win this, and that could actually be a really powerful asset for the Entente. Getting India on their side, that would be a big deal. Okay, July. 2 months remaining. So aggravating. That speed 5 is so slow. I have no idea why it is. Like I said, other games of Kaiserreich I have running. Not a problem. There's probably a script or something in the background which is just running on repeat. I don't know for sure though. It's disappointing. I think that Austria can still hold out for a while, but man, the French are strong. Oh yeah, they outnumber them like 3-1 now. At the upper end, at least. That's not even counting the British. Or the Socialist Republic. Oh, Ukraine went socialist. Of course. So they're no longer allied with Germany. That's probably one of the reasons that Germany was kind of sucking. It's because Ukraine comes with a lot of troops. They're actually quite powerful. Russia hasn't gone after the communists. No, sorry, Don Kuban yet. Mongols are a Russian puppet, though. Average stability, high party popularity. Yeah, Russia's definitely back in the game. Is he still in charge? He is still in charge. I wonder... Yeah, they do still have their focuses. So apparently with the Mongolians, a lot of their aggressive focuses provide a declaration of war, not a CB, which means that they could well drag the Russians into a number of wars. The Russians aren't watching. I really need to play a game as them. I really do. Down with the Coronets, which gives us political power. Limoeiro Conference, which gives us the conference. There's another research slot. There's 2 research slots available here. They're just a long way down the line. Tough choices. I would quite like to build up our fleet a little bit, though the fleet doesn't actually lead to that. No, I think we need to go with the military information management down this line to at least get this research slot. Get it too late and it won't help anyone. We need a more efficient way to gather long-range intel than scouts with binoculars, and a more efficient way to process this information than miles of paper that can easily be read by the enemy. Alright. And also, you guys, or someone, is ready to deploy. I think it's the tanks. It's the tanks. Is it you guys too? Yeah, it was you guys as well. Interesting, so all of you can now, new army, train. In fact, screw it, let's stick you in there as well. All of you are now training. 22nd of July. 23rd of July. 24th of July. We are now 1 month away from war. And then hopefully I'll be fairly consistently fighting. It is a point to note that Germany is not dead, even if they lose Germany. They still have their colonies that they can fight on from, much like the Entente do. It's actually kind of ironic. The 3 major powers, or 3 of the major powers, being kicked out of their homelands and then trying to wage war for their homelands from the colonies. Germany, Britain and France. Oh, what's happened here? Italy has invaded the Baltics and taken Riga. Interesting. Okay, the French are on the outskirts of Austria again. Aha, light tank 3. Excellent. So let's get the light SPG and then switch production to the tank 3s. Which is costing even more oil and steel. Awesome. Whoa, not that much. I was trying to click on 2. Still need another one. Jeez. Oh, come on. 3. And steel. Guess we'll have to buy 2 more. Okay, so now we're importing 14 factories worth. And only getting 10 from trade, so yeah. Closing exports is the way to go. Because these are all resources I do produce myself. Although, actually, I'm importing 88 steel and only produce 22 more. So I'd still have to import 66. And half of my oil. Dominion of India declared war on the Butteran commune. That's probably a bad idea, considering you're already fighting 1 war. And only just kind of pushing them back. Questionable. Very questionable. How's training going? It's going, I guess. Do you have a commander? You do. Do you want a better commander? Because I do have one. This guy's a level 5 already? Blimey. Almost done with Trickster. Mountaineer, I'm pretty sure he's going to get pretty soon. Hillfighter probably fairly soon as well. Excellent. Oh crap, you know what we've done wrong? We got this after getting the final light tank. That means that this isn't going to get applied to it. Well, bugger. And that's one thing I don't like about this system, is that the companies get applied after you've researched that item. So for the motorized, because it's a equipment type, well, actually the tanks are equipment as well. So I'm not sure how that works with motorized, because it's just one thing you unlock once. The mechanized, at least you have different tiers. Oh, that's really irritating. Really irritating. I might need to retcon that. In which case I'm going to pause it at this point and say thank you very much for watching. If you are enjoying this series, then please do hit that like button. If you haven't done so already, then do consider subscribing, and if you have any tips or advice for me, let me know in the comments. Thank you very much for watching, and I'll catch you next time. Goodbye. Hello, my name is Mordred Viking, and... oh, it's alright. I had the OBS still selected, so if it went black there, I'm sorry about that. Anyway, hello and welcome to episode 9 of this Let's Play Empire of Brazil. This is the Kaiserreich mod for Hearts of Iron 4. In the last episode, we finally actually established the Empire. We have got Dom Pedro II, I guess. No, the third? Second? We have another Dom Pedro on the throne, which is awesome, and we are preparing for a war against Chile. However, as you will notice, Peru has grown somewhat, and I kind of suspect that Peru is pushing Chile quite hard, and Chile may actually capitulate sometime soon. Where's the capital? Santiago is right there. Which is going to nullify some of my own plans to attack. Now, what I'm thinking is, we are going to go after the People's Republic of Bolivia while this war is ongoing. If Peru manages to beat Chile, then we're going to have one massive border with Peru, and we can just use our much greater number of divisions to just crush them on multiple fronts and just overwhelm them through sheer numbers. That is sounding like the best option right now, so let's unpause and continue and see what we can do with this. Actually, you guys could actually do with a wider front now. Let's push you out to there. And still coming through there as the main assault, I think would still be the best option. So let's drag you over onto that side and see what we can get. Marvellous. Now we are, I think, already fabricating, right? Yes, we are. And that finishes on the 24th of September 41, which is a ways away. And then the one on Chile finishes on the 2nd of April, which will be a lot closer. But it kind of depends on how these two do. Alright, we'll see. Are you done training yet? Oh, come on. Hurry up! Let's go! And then I can add you back to this massive plan attack thing, which I think is actually going to have to redevelop. Yeah, because we're losing preparation because of all the stuff up here, which is not working. Alright, let's grab you lot and say, prepare for an attack along here. And that way, hopefully, we can maintain the attack everywhere. It would be really nice to see just how close to capitulation Chile is, because I don't know. And I don't think it's going to tell me. 75% national unity is pretty high, although they are definitely pushing... hold on. Oh no, that is Peruvian. I thought that was Canadian for a minute. I was like, really? They're in the Entente? No, I don't think they are. Having a look up here, actually, it's quite interesting. It looks like the syndicalists are pushing down the coast, which is bad for the United States, because a lot of factories are concentrated around here. Not as many as up here, but still a lot. The Union State seems to be more or less holding steady now. Oh wow, the United States still has a lot of factories. They must be converting the civilians to the military, I would assume. Meanwhile, over here, Germany has made it back to the coast, or rather Austria has made it back to the coast. And they do look like they are pushing the French back. All because of Austria. Now this is, I think, going to come down to whoever runs out of manpower first. which is somewhat unfortunate because it's going to be something of an anticlimax when we actually make it over to Europe, which is something I would like to do eventually, but really South America is our interested theatre right now. Just pouring myself a little more tea. Got to be properly equipped for these things. And there we go. Peru took 3 states. Chile was annexed.